Hello, this is going to be a really quick video, and I wanted to share 3 things that I did every single day to help me heal and overcome over 10 autoimmune diseases: chronic Lyme disease, chronic Clostridium difficile, CDiff, which almost took my life, severe mood disorders such as OCD, ADD, actually ADHD, insomnia, narcolepsy, depression. I had really bad mood disorders, and I don't talk about them much because my transformation photo is probably what draws people. I was 69 pounds at 5'6", and so I get asked a lot about that. And while that's huge, the mood disorders were equally a miracle to overcome. I took medications for over 13 years. I took Adderall, clonazepam, and Ambien, and just increasing doses of them over the years. And by the end of it, I was taking 80 milligrams of Adderall every single day. On multiple occasions, I accidentally overdosed. I was just all over the place. And I'm free from that. I have total freedom. My mood is actually really good, even when I'm on my period, which is now. And I'm just so grateful, and it's all thanks to proper nutrition in Jesus Christ, who is the healer. God is the healer, and meat is the medicine. So 3 things that I did every day. 1, I prioritized sleep. I had insomnia for a long time. For about 2 years straight, I didn't sleep for longer than 2 hours a night. And there was a time that I stayed up for 5 days at a time, and I was literally it was just mania. And I was wired. I was running on adrenaline, and it really jacked up my system, and I did all the things. I took so many supplements. I took Relora, 5-HTP, tryptophan. I had a whole stack. I did D-phenylalanine, L-phenylalanine. I did melatonin. I did valerian. I did kava kava. I did chamomile. I had essential oils. I had the earplugs, the eye mask, the mouth tape, the sound machine. I even tried smoking marijuana, and even my parents were like, yeah, try this, because 1, I had to eat more, and 2, I just never slept, and it didn't help at all. It actually made me feel worse. And so all those things didn't work until I addressed proper nutrition and healed at a systemic level, which includes your hormones, your immune system, and your central nervous system. And I started doing that by eating little pieces of fat before I went to bed, in the middle of the night when I woke up due to cortisol, and then first thing in the morning. And what this does is send the signal to your body that it's in a supported place. Like I said, I was stuck in fight or flight mode after taking Adderall for 13 years. I was just running on adrenaline, and I was also underweight. And so giving my body that dietary fat was sending the signal to my body that here's your fuel source. You don't need glucose. Fat can actually lower your cortisol. It can raise serotonin, and it helps you to get into that supported place. It helps to blunt that cortisol. And so I use this trick and tip for a lot of my clients, and it works like a charm for a lot of my clients. I would say 85% who try this notice huge improvements with their sleep. The other 20 or so, 25%, there's something else going on why they're not sleeping. So prioritizing sleep is huge. You got to get the nutrition right. Now, all those other things I mentioned, the mouth tape, the earplugs, the white noise machine, I still do those. And I open the window behind my head so I make it very cold. I do all those things, and it's very helpful. But if I didn't get nutrition right, then it wouldn't be working. And I lived that life for 2 years. I was chronic insomnia. And that's a season that sometimes I forget how bad it was. I just remember life back then was no sleep. It was just like, please God, let me sleep. When's it gonna happen? So that's huge. Prioritizing sleep is going to allow your body to recover. When we sleep, that's when melatonin, serotonin, and human growth hormone are elevated. And if we're not sleeping, especially between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., that's when all those hormones are supposed to be elevated and doing their work. All of them have incredible roles in the body. And if you're not sleeping, you're not really getting those, and you're not going to get the benefits of those. I've worked with people, I've mentioned this before on YouTube, I've worked with people, a person who was morbidly obese, and they could not lose any weight, and they were eating under 800 calories a day because they did not sleep. So sleep is actually one of the best tools you can use for burning fat. It's recovery, it's fat burning. It helps to push toxins from your brain. Your glymphatic system is what it's called. That happens when we sleep. And so if you don't sleep, you're gonna feel messed up in your head too, because you have toxins, you have things that need to be swept out. So sleep is huge. If you need help with sleep, focus on nutrition, focus on your environment, and focus on your sleep hygiene. So these are things that are all within your control, to hopefully to some degree. Environment is a huge thing, but I think most of us can control the environment that we're trying to sleep in. And then there are things like, don't be looking at your phone after the sun has gone down, because that's sending the signal to your brain that it's daytime with all that blue light, and it's blocking melatonin from happening. So just be responsible for that. And if you're still struggling, I would recommend a couple of things. I am not against taking melatonin. Melatonin has actually quite a few benefits. It is used for post-COVID patients to bring down inflammation. It's a great tool to use. Like if you are a power lifter and you did a huge heavy lift, you can take some melatonin to offset some of that inflammation, cortisol. Now, I don't think that's a great idea to do every time, because we need inflammation. That inflammation sends signals to our bodies to send recovery to those damaged tissues so that we can grow. But there are benefits to it. If you personally don't feel comfortable taking it, then don't take it. But I personally think it's a great tool for someone who needs help, especially if you're resetting your circadian rhythm. It can be a great tool. The only one that I know of that doesn't have added fillers is Puritan's Pride. I get that on Amazon. There's a 10 milligram capsule that I personally open up, and I only take a little bit of the powder, because 10 milligrams is a lot of melatonin. You shouldn't really need more than 1 to 2 milligrams to sleep. Another one that is really cool that just came out is a melatonin. It's like a PM pump that you take, and it's by Renew by Science. I am affiliated with this company. They have incredible products. I've tried 85% of their products. I know that because they sent me, like, they had a little pamphlet in their most recent package that they sent me, and I went through the 3 big lists, and I've tried most of their products, and I have loved all of the products that I've tried. So this one has melatonin. It's a pump, and it has stevia, so it's sweet, but you just do it under your tongue like an hour before bed. Another one that I would recommend is Beam. Beam is a drink, also sweetened with stevia. I love it. If you are not comfortable using sweeteners, if they're triggering to you, if it doesn't support you during this time, then this is not a good idea. But for those of you who can handle stevia and it doesn't trigger you, I would highly recommend this. It's very delicious. They have multiple flavors. Right now I have the white hot chocolate, like peppermint. It's like something like that. It's delicious. And then they're coming out with a raspberry chocolate really soon. So that's exciting. But this drink has mushrooms in it. I think it has theanine, it has CBD, and it has melatonin. And it's small doses of these things, but in combination within the right formula, they work like a charm, and I love this stuff. I took it with Tyler and I when I went on our honeymoon, and I just made it every night, and it was so nice. And then another recommendation would be the Deep Sleep Caps by Santa Cruz Medicinals. Those work like a charm. This is the only CBD company that I stand by, because I've tried so many CBD products, especially back when I was dealing with fibromyalgia and chronic pain. They did not help. I felt like this stuff is just a waste of money. It's not doing anything. This stuff works. This is pure CBD. They have awesome content on their Instagram page, Santa Cruz Medicinals, and it's like a small owned company, and great product. The Deep Sleep Caps, these have valerian, CBD, and L-theanine. No melatonin, no sweeteners. So this is a great option for someone who's really wanting to stay clean and stay away from melatonin. And I have discount codes for all of those, and I will hopefully go back and put those on the screen. Robin will help me with that. So sleep is huge. The second thing that I did every single day of my healing journey, and continue to do, is go for a walk after I eat. If it's a 2-minute walk around your house, that's better than nothing. A 10-minute walk would be ideal. Sometimes it's just 5 minutes for me. When I was healing, I would go out and walk for maybe 30 minutes when I started to get stronger, and just soak up the afternoon sun. And it really helps with digestion, and it really helps with glucose regulation. So there are a lot of studies showing that people who go for walks after they eat have lower glycemic effect of the foods that you just ate. And so even though I was on a carnivore diet, and am still for the most part, you're still going to experience benefits of insulin sensitivity, better insulin sensitivity when you're walking post-meal. And this has been huge. And it's just a good habit, especially during the season that I was struggling with binging and I really had the impulse to keep eating. When I was underweight, it's kind of like I'll never be full because my body was still starving, and it takes time for those nutrients to get into your cells. It takes time for you to heal your hormones. It takes time to repair leptin, our satiety hormone. And so I knew that it was going to take time, and I knew it wouldn't happen overnight. I was praying for that, but not everything happened overnight. And so going for a walk gave me that space to realize, okay, I am pretty satiated right now. I can wait until my next meal. I don't need to go eat another 2 steaks or whatever. And it's just a really good practice. So if you have the time to do that, even if you work at a desk job, to step out for 5 minutes and just move your legs after you eat your lunch, it's huge. And those steps add up, and walking has a lot of therapeutic benefits. So I don't have a goal of getting 20,000 steps a day or even 10,000 steps a day. My goal is to get strong. I have been getting stronger, but I know that there are benefits to cardio. And so I love to get out in nature and go for walks, even if it's snowy and cold outside. I will bundle up, put my boots on, and walk. I'll cover my face if I have to. Sometimes the wind is just bitter cold, but that fresh air and that sunlight in your eyes is so good for you. Third thing I did every single day, and still do for most days, is drink water first thing in the morning. It's helpful for me to stop drinking liquids after 7 p.m. because then I don't want to be up during the middle of the night peeing. And then in the morning, your body is thirsty. My body is thirsty. So I use Aussie Trace Minerals. I love the lemon lime and I love the peppermint. It's literally just the oils and the minerals. And I put about 20 drops into my large water bottle, which is 48 ounces, and I drink at least half of that. When I first started doing this, I would drink the whole bottle. I would give myself about 20 minutes to finish the whole bottle of water first thing in the morning because it gets away from us. Now, you don't have to drink half a gallon of water every day. It's not like that. The body will tell you how much water you need. I generally like the rule, drinking half of your body weight in ounces per day. But the truth is, your electrolytes, how much you sweat, everyone has different needs. But for me, I had to do it first thing in the morning because I was thirsty in the morning and I knew that. Got my bowels moving, hydrated my body. I would get some electrolytes in there, some minerals. And, you know, if I'm taking calls during the day, I go to the gym, I get home, I eat, and then I take calls. There's barely any time to actually drink water. Like, I can take sips, but to sit down and drink a good amount of water, where's the time? Until I'm done taking calls and the sun has gone down and I'm getting ready for bed, which is not an optimal time to be drinking a bunch of water. So first thing in the morning, just make a habit of drinking some water with salt in it or some minerals. Highly recommend the minerals. My discount code is Tailored10 for Aussie Trace Minerals. It's more affordable than buying a cup of coffee every day, drinking these minerals every day, and it is life-changing. So those are 3 things that I did and still do on a daily basis, on a regular basis. I've worked it into my routine. It's consistency. Consistency is so key, and these are behavioral changes that I incorporated that anyone can do to make a big difference in your life. There are probably 10 more things that I've done every day for the past 4 years to get to where I am now. But those are 3 things that come to mind that I think anyone would benefit from. So I hope it's helpful. I will put all the links and discount codes in this description. And if you have any daily habits that have helped you, please let me know down below. I would love to hear. Hey you guys, my spring retreat is coming up. It's May 11 through 16 at North Myrtle Beach. We're gonna have Dr. Robert Kiltz and Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. They are incredible, very knowledgeable, wonderful carnivores. And this is an intimate setting, no more than 25 people. We're gonna have question and answers. unlimited amounts of Billy Doe meats, North Star bison. I'm going to be making all of my recipes that will be going into my cookbook, including the exclusive ones. And it's just a great time to have a tribe, to experience this animal-based carnivorous lifestyle without white knuckling. You're going to go home feeling motivated. You're going to go home knowing that you have other people, other friends who are like-minded. You're not alone in this. And that's my goal, is for you to be able to go and live your life optimally in a sustainable way. And it's just unforgettable. And the fellowship, the eating, the relaxation, the recovery is huge. There are so many breakthroughs that happen during these retreats. There are so many conversations that you'll never forget that will impact you in a positive way for the rest of your life. If you're interested in my next retreat, please let me know by commenting down below or emailing me at rebecca@tailoredketo.health, and I will send you the info.